Here they come on then. And after a very long wait, we're off and away in Britain. Looks like a good start for Dakar. He's going to want to try and get ahead of Critical Noob off the line. He wasn't doing too well in free practice. He did a lot better in qualifying. There's a Craig also getting into the mix there. There's a bit of a lag, but we're through. Looks like a Craig in second and a Brandstar in first. Triple is really challenging the top two here now. Really getting up there. Looks like the Craig is in the lead for the second there. Critical Noob's fallen down to third place, and Dakar is running second. Into the first DRS zone we go now.
Somebody had a false start. I'm seeing an uprise in the very back at almost at least 20, maybe 10 seconds behind the leaders. It's going to be Miggy. He's in last place right now. He's just starting that first DRS zone as the rest have finished it.
So Miggy must have started in a very wrong fashion than he would have wanted to, as the top second place is currently shared between Professor Bloxer and Critical Noob, 0.108 seconds behind the leader of Triple 2000 in the Crake. Small but significant gap of 0.3 of a second between Professor Bloxer and Static.
Well, we'll have to see what happens. I mean, this is the very beginning of the race. These people are starting to push it at the very beginning. That's... Already?
I don't...
I'm taking a screenshot. There it is. Got it.
Everyone being told to watch the lights again. Here they come on. 5 lights. And for the second time today, we're off and away again in Britain. Look at the starts, everybody, because everyone will have learnt a lesson from the last time how they can improve their start for the restart. And it actually looks as if the Crake has gotten off the line even quicker than it did before, but that won't last too long because Dakar has got in the lead. Critical Noob has fallen back down. That looks like back down to P4. That is really low.
The Audis fell back as well. Yeah, one of the Audis fell back as well, having some problems off of that second corner, the hairpin. He's going to fall back a bit as well. I'm not sure if that was Lance Droid.
Let's have a look through this corner then. Critical Noob's fallen back more, and Triple's got into the lead again. What is this Quake car doing? There've been no offense to Quake, but Quake really haven't been anywhere in the last few races. They're P9 in the constructors with 20 points, and now they're on track to get 25 in one race.
You have to remember, Triple is a simulation driver, so as much as the car might not be very well equipped for this track, the driver is all that's going to matter in this case. Because if this guy has a lot of experience, maybe more than any other driver on this track, then that's going to be able to bring him some good results.
Here we go then, Professor Bloxer forging their way into the lead, but Triple doesn't really want to have to give in to that. They're still fighting back. The gap between P1 and P2 has come down ever more. Now 0.6 seconds between Professor Bloxer and Matt, and 0.7 seconds between Professor Bloxer and Dakar. So the two Brandstars here are really going to try and perform a pincer movement on the lone Aston Martin out in front and try and get the first and second positions for themselves. But as we go through the final corner, Professor Bloxer still seems to be leading the race quite strongly as well. That gap might even get bigger, and it does. The gap expands by 0.03 of a second between the Aston Martin and the Brandstar.
Well, speaking of Aston Martin, where's Fernand at the moment? I see he's in about 11th place right now.
Fernand is all the way down in 12th.
look in the back real quick. It looks like we might have a bit of a fight between the Lamborghinis and the E-Spirit, maybe both E-Spirits. Oh yeah, that's going to be Mr. Macho and Acer and Blaine fighting it out. Looks like we have a car in the pits. That's going to be Professor Bloxer.
Professor Bloxer already coming in for new tyres. Let's see what Professor Bloxer decides to put on, and it's a set of mediums.
So that means the Brand Stars are in the lead, but now Triple's going to be in third place, with Critical Noob right behind him in fourth. Behind him will be Indominus in fifth, and Kaikara in sixth. Looks like we might also be having a fight with an Uprise and an Audi driver right behind them.
It's a very, very different strategy, should I call it, for Aston Martin. They're pitting very early on and only going to medium tyres. I'm not sure what they're trying to achieve here, because they're probably going to have to come in again unless Professor Bloxer can really stretch the yellow walled compound all the way to the end of the race. But that's 24 laps.
Do you think they're expecting the rain to dry out quickly? Maybe a little sooner than usual?
I'm not sure. It's a big gamble for Aston Martin. It's certainly a big gamble, but you never know. It may end up working out for them.
Gonna freeze?
I don't know.
I have a bad feeling. I think it is. And it is.
For the third time today, the lights come on. And they're off very quickly. Looking at the start then, Dakar seems to have got ahead of Matt. Yes, Dakar's into the lead, but it's still tight. Look at that. There's a KR and a Red Star and an Uprise. I can all see fighting for that top spot. And the three that are standing out right now is Matt and Dakar and Kaikara, who are all fighting for the first place position. Kaikara got an absolutely storming start, and Dakar is getting way offline to try and stop people getting into his slipstream. It's a bit hazy back there, so it's hard to see what's happening. But it looks as if Kaikara has managed to get into the lead. No, it isn't. It's Kaikara who's gone into the lead.
Critical Noob now in third position,
as
splitting the Aston
Patrick
Martins.
comes out of the pit. Sorry, they've put the soft tyres on. Softer tyres halfway through a race. Is he mental? Is he trying to take softs to the end? Is Patrick Hero seriously going to try and take soft compound tyres to the end of the race?
I'm curious why he's pitting so soon as well, because this is like 7 out of 24 laps. Is he doing like a two-stop on this section of the race? Aston Martin, Professor Bloxer is now pitting.
And Real Mickey Coolit. Oh, and Real Mickey Coolit nearly loses it in the pit lane there. So Matt is...
We have more pits too. E-Spirit is going to be
to the mediums, going through a new fresh set of medium tyres.
McLarens are pitting, and E-Spirit is pitting.
Everyone's coming into the pits. There's also a BMW of Static Acer for E-Spirit there going past. We have Mr. Mucho Globe in the McLaren with their new with their special silver and red Vodafone inspired livery for their home race.
So what's going on with the other drivers? Seems as though Dakar's got a bit of a lead. Kaikara behind him. Then you got Triple and Critical. Will any of them be pitting after this lap? As we have one more corner before the pit entry.
I don't know. They're all on mediums, I think. So I won't be surprised Dakar's not going in. Kaikara, no.
None of them are.
Oh, Kaikara,
no,
late dive for Kaikara. Very late indeed.
Almost went into that midsection.
That was a very late call from KR to bring Kaikara into the pits. Whether they were trying to dupe the other drivers, I don't know.
So let's see if Dakar pits now. It looks like he's getting to the pit entry. There he goes.
He comes in.
Right
Dakar is pitting. So Kaikara is now... Oh, there's an Audi off. Is that... Real Rick Astley. Real Rick Astley's out. There's an Audi. There's an Audi off.
Audi
completely
track?
dead. Crashed.
Uh-oh.
Where's
that? Might
that?
be Rick. That's
They
the
need
other
to get
Audi.
the car reset, but yeah, that's Audi completely out of the race.
might
I
be
can't remember
yellow
where
flag.
it was. But
That's the yellow
Kai
flag.
Karen now leads the race.
Yellow flag. That's another crash on that Audi too.
Who is it? It's Asa. Asa has crashed, and there's an Audi, and there's a Uprise. Is that real, Miggy? Yes, it is. There's loads of DNFs. We can't get you a picture of it, but there are loads of DNFs.
Is that a Mazda that they're about to be lapping as well?
That would be Mr. Lackishot YT, number 15.
Hopefully he doesn't feel the pressure right behind him.
Well, if you can't feel it, he'll certainly be able to see it because they are closing up quickly. Kaikara's going to be loving this because as long as Kaikara's behind a back marker, he's going to be getting DRS, which will offset the advantage that the Care will be getting, who got an absolutely storming exit out of that corner. Look at that.
Yeah,
They're
that
now
was,
neck and
that
neck.
was a boost.
What on earth happened there?
Oh man, he's already passed him too.
Look at this! Into the final turn on the track, turn 12. Taker gets into the lead of the race right before the start-finish line by 2.5 hundredths tenths of a second.
And there's a car. Hang on a second. There's a car in the
There's an
outside.
E-Spirit. That would be Blaine. That would be Blaine. Power units into the pits again.
Which means if he falls behind, Kaikara won't be able to get that DRS when he gets into the first one.
Look at that! Power unit absolutely abolishing his ex-teammate's plan.
Well, I'm not sure that was the strategy. However, that does mean Lacus can get ahead of him, and he will now no longer be left.
4.666 seconds now exactly for Kaikara. The gap has gone. It's bigger again. 5.4 seconds for Kaikara. Taker's really gaining on his soft tyres. Kaikara's tyres must be fading into the distance because Taker is the person who's now rounding the final corner. And Taker now down the starting grid. You'll see it. There he is. There's the finish line. And it's Taker who crashes on the line and wins the race. Kaikara finishes and Critical Noob gets third. Critical Noob gets third by a second. The gap and Fenanjaster just pips Professor Bloxer for P5. Matt gets P7, P8. That's a big gap. 20 seconds from Matt to Indominus Rex. It's looking like Indominus Rex is going to be able to get P8 on debut for their new team for BMW Cyber. Around the final corner we go now. It's looking good. And their teammate will be behind, and there's a big pile of cars, and Indominus Rex gets through. There's a massive pile of cars there at the finish line. Static gets 9th. Dino is going to be your final points position. Patrick Kuro down in P. Oh no, Mr. Mucho Globe pips Dino for the 10th position, gets the final points position. Patrick Kuro crossing the line in P12, and F1 Fan is the last person to come across the line for Craig in P13.